On April 7th, you beat Tampa 6-4. You qualify for the postseason. Considering what the team had went through from February 15th to that point, you probably were like, okay, great, we've done what we set out to do. But then you find out you're going to get the Flyers in the first round. Perfect setting, or kind of like, oh?
No, I mean, we knew whoever we were going to play was going to be tough, and whether you're first or eighth, every team in the playoffs that's there deserves to be there and has a chance to win. So I think we were fortunate enough to get home ice. I mean, who would have thought we would have got home ice in the first round? So we definitely were happy to take that, and no matter who it was, I think we realized that it was going to be tough. But to be Philly, it's pretty funny that that's the way it worked out.
Well, if playing the Flyers and your arch rivals wasn't good enough, in the second round, you get the Washington Capitals. And we've talked about this before. Since you came into the league, along with Alexander Ovechkin, it was always talked about Sid versus Alex in many different ways. But to actually get him in a playoff matchup, were you prepared for the hype that you were going to face?
I think I was. I mean, I think I expected that. If I was ever to kind of think about what it would be like, it's pretty much what I expected. A lot of storylines, and I think it was more than just me and him. You look at both teams, there was a lot of skill, a lot of big names there. So I think that turned out to be everything it was expected to be.
What did it take to rebound from an 0-2 deficit?
Well, we were playing good hockey. I don't think we were really worried. Sometimes you're down 0-2 and you're starting to question your game and you're starting to change things, and there wasn't any of that. We just stuck with things, and we knew that we gave ourselves the best chance of winning by playing the way we were. And it took a couple bounces, but we deserved those, and we just had to stick with things.
Morrison was standing right there, and now Ovechkin shooting up ice, gets behind Skinner. In on goal, Ovechkin shoots. Fleury makes a great glove save on Alexander Ovechkin.
As you go further in the playoffs, the thought is that you will have to play more physical hockey, maybe even tougher teams, be at your best. But you go into the Eastern Conference Finals and you sweep the Carolina Hurricanes. Was that kind of a surprise?
Yeah, I don't think you ever go into a series expecting to sweep. You always expect a long, tough series, and again, we just played solid hockey and we're consistent. I don't think, like I said, you don't go in thinking, well, 4 games, but when you take it one at a time and you play the right way, you give yourself a chance to do that. And I think going through in 4 games like that probably proved to help us out a lot heading into the final.
Knowing that you were going to play the Red Wings in the finals, first thought, like an opportunity for revenge, or uh-oh, here we go again?
Just here we go. It wasn't here we go again. I mean, last year was totally done with. I mean, I don't think that crossed my mind at all, but I think we had kind of put last year past us, but I thought it was kind of weird the way it worked out.
Okay, so if it wasn't here we go again before the series started, was it here we go again after you went down 0-2 again? Even a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we're like, whoa, we're down 0-2. We thought we played 2 good games. And, like you said, it was the same kind of result, but we felt like our game was much better than it was the year before. So I don't think last year was creeping into our mind a whole lot, besides the fact that it was 2-0 for them. We just had to keep going the same way.
You probably would not have planned this, but to find yourself trailing 3-2 in the Stanley Cup Finals, was that almost maybe the best scenario because it forced you and everyone else on the Penguins to know that your backs were against the wall and that you would have to play your best hockey not once, but twice?
Yeah, I think we were going to do that anyway. I think if anything, we were happy to get Game 5 out of the way. I mean, you always kind of have one of those games, whether it be in a series or throughout a playoff, and luckily for us, and you say luckily, but you get that out of your system. You get one of those games where you get all those bounces against you, and it's a weird game, but we're happy it was Game 5 and not 6 or 7. So it was tough in Game 5 to take that, but we realized that we had a lot better, and it was pretty clear we had to win 2 games.
You mentioned the art of a text message earlier. What was it like to wake up the morning of Game 7 and get a text message from Mario Lemieux?
You say wake up, I didn't really go to sleep, so I was pretty surprised, but then again, it couldn't be more clear and couldn't have got a better message. He said it perfectly, and I think he finished it with I'll see you at center ice or whatever he finished it with. Was pretty confident, and I think we all really believed that was the way it was going to work out.
So it's Game 7, it's a tight game, everything's on the line, and in the second period you're involved with a collision, if you will, with Johan Franzen and the wall. It forces you out of the game.
Crosby wraps up with Franzen, and Crosby hunched over, apparently hurt on this play, and he will try to get to the bench.
This is everything you've ever played for, anything you've ever wanted. It's the Stanley Cup final, it's a chance to win the Stanley Cup, and you have to go down the hall and into the room. What's going through your mind at that point?
How am I going to get back out there? That's the only thing I'm worried about. I mean, it's tough, but you never think that you're not going to be able to play. I mean, I figured it was bad, but I thought I'd be able to get back. There's no real way to describe it. It's a pretty terrible feeling, and you work so hard, and you're part of a team. You feel like you're letting your teammates down in a way because you can't be out there helping them. And I see we have 3 centers, and it's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Our second year that we've gone that far. I mean, guys aren't necessarily feeling fresh in the third period of a game like that, so you want to at least be out there to help them out. But at the same time, I think I got a good appreciation for all the habits and the qualities of the guys we have. I had a front row seat for it. Unfortunately, wasn't able to be part of the third there, but just to see everyone and how focused they were, and see all the things that we practiced really firsthand, how everything just kind of took over. It was a tough situation, but I think I'll always have that memory, and I think that appreciation for what guys did.
Off the tie-up, it comes back to the point. Rafalski, the shot, knocked down in front, scrambled in front, the shot, another shot, followed by Fleury. The horn sounds, and the Penguins have won the Stanley Cup.
As the moments ticked down, celebration followed, joined your teammates on the ice. When you finally grabbed the cup and turned to them, was that the proudest moment for you as a hockey player at any level? I mean, we've heard it all before. Sidney Crosby has been born to win the Stanley Cup and all the things that you've been able to do. But was that it right there?
Yeah, that was a pretty proud moment. There's so many things you're thinking about, and I remember the commissioner passing the cup, and just getting a picture with it. It felt pretty heavy, but then once I lifted it, it just felt like nothing. It was an incredible feeling, and just seeing the looks on guys' faces. I mean, Peter Sikora, a guy who had won it before, but just seeing the look on his face and how excited he was. He looked like a kid, and I mean, it's something special and unique, and it's easy to see why guys want it so bad.
Everybody talked about December being a short one, but because of your celebration and everyone else's celebration with the cup, did it almost seem like a really long summer?
No, it felt short. It felt short. I think we finished a little bit later than we did the year before. At the same time, we're not going to Europe and things like that, so get a little bit longer camp, but I think it did feel fast. At the same time, it's much easier to train and prepare coming off a winning season, I find. When you go that far and you lose, it's pretty tough mentally. So I think at the same time, I would take that any day, and short summers are always good.
If it was hard to win the Stanley Cup once, what do you think it'll be like to win it again?
Very tougher. It doesn't get any easier. It's really hard to win. It's even tougher to stay on top. So, that's something that as a team we have to realize, and every team wants to beat us that much more. But also we have to realize too, nobody would have thought we probably would have been back to the final back-to-back years. So we kind of beat the odds there, and we have to find a way to beat them again.
What can I say? I mean, the support you guys have given us, the loyalty you've showed, this city is unmatched by no other. And you deserve to be called the city of champions. You deserve the Stanley Cup. This is an amazing feeling, and today is better than I ever dreamed. I think it's better than we all ever dreamed. So thank you very much for all your support.